Okay, so we are dividing by tens, hundreds, and thousands today. Okay, so Dustin's packing apples in gift boxes. Each box holds 4 apples. How many boxes can Dustin pack with 120 apples? You can divide using basic facts and place value. So we turn 120 into 12 tens. Remember when I whispered that? So that gets rid of that 0 and makes it less confusing. So we have 12 tens divided by 4 per box. 12 divided by 4 is 3 tens, which turns into 30. Okay, here we go. So 12 tens divided by 4 tens equals 3 tens. Write this down, which is the same as 30. So Dustin can pack 30 boxes. Okay, so watch this, guys. If you, we just did, whoever's humming needs to stop. 120 divided by 4, we found out equals 30. If that's the case, what would 1,200 divided by 4 equal? Well, what's the difference between 120 and 1,200? What's the only difference, Landon?
That 1,200 has one more zero.
Has one more 0. So what do you think is going to happen to our answer, Landon?
This one has one more zero.
Bingo! Very good. You can give yourself a point. Okay. So 1,200 is the same as 12 hundredths. 12 hundredths divided by 4 is 3 hundredths, or 300. So 1,200 divided by 4 equals 300. Brinley, did you get that? You good? You're on mute.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So now, you guys are going to really, you might be a little mad about this.
What happened? What?
Okay.
I'm already spoiled my ass. Did you just
Dakota's already mad.
Did you steal my dog?
Sit down. Okay, settle down. Now listen. So from the very beginning, what have I told you about basic facts? Basic facts include everything except zeros. Well, let's talk about this problem.
The basic fact is only 1,002.
Listen, listen, listen. Explain how to use a basic fact and place value to divide 4,000 by 5. Okay, so what would our basic fact be to start with, Ella?
4 divided by 5.
4 divided by 5. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, now stop. Focus. What row do we go to?
5.
We go to the 5 row. Remember, we always go to the row of the divisor, the second number. Take your hood off, put your stuff up, focus. We're going to the 5 row. What are we looking for?
4.
4. 4 divided by 5. If you go to the 5 row, is there a 4?
No.
Uh-oh. Because can you divide 4 cookies by 5 kids? No. But watch. Can you divide 40 by 5? Yes. The only time, listen closely. The only time you will use a 0 in your basic fact is when you are dividing and you can't divide by, and you can't divide this number smaller than this number. Okay? So this is what we have to do. We have to take one of those zeros, Landon, from 4,000 and turn this into 40 divided by 5. If we go to the 5 row, is there a 40 on there? Yes. And go up, what's the answer? 8. So 40 divided by 5 equals 8. How many zeros do we bring over? Think about this before you answer. Show me with your fingers how many zeros we bring over. Everybody's, don't you turn around and look at Ethan, Julie. Oh, you turn, all right. Okay, I'm seeing mostly 2s, a couple 3s. Okay, watch. When we did our, let's see who's right. Put your hands down. When we did our basic fact, we used one of our zeros, didn't we?
Yeah.
How many do we have left to bring over? 2.
Yes.
Now, so the answer is 800. How can we check that? Ella, how can we check that?
8 times 5, and then that, 5 times 8, that equals 40, then add 2 zeros.
Okay, so we're doing 800 by 5, right? Multiplying 800 by 5. 8 times 5, like Ella said, is 40, and then she said we bring over 2 zeros. Is that what we started with? So it's 800, right?
Yes.
Would it make sense, think about this for a second, would it make sense to say 4,000 divided into 5 groups, Jace? Everybody would get 8,000.
No.
So that's why we don't bring over 3, okay? So you have to think. Because you know this number is going to be smaller than this number for sure, okay? So here's what I'm going to have you write down. Brinley, I'm going to have you write down a little bit more on this one than usual. This will be the most writing we do today, okay? All right. So it says explain how to use a basic fact and place value to divide 4,000 by 5. Use the basic fact 40 divided by 5, then add on 2 zeros. Okay? Use the basic fact 40 divided by 5, then add on 2 zeros. We use 1 0.
Can you go back up so I can see what color?
Hey, Brinley, will you put it on mute for me? We use 1 0 in our basic fact because 4 cannot be divided evenly by 5.
Miss Peterson, can you give me your razor top? Daddy told me at a game, Garrett said he's sad. He's just he sat down and didn't go into football, and then you said why, and then he said because the girls are cheerleaders.
Because they have cheerleaders, that's true. Okay, it says use the basic fact 40 divided by 5, then add on 2 zeros. That's how we solve it. We use 1 0 in our basic fact because 4 cannot be divided by 5 evenly.
Can you go back up, please? Like for these?
Why didn't you write those down already? Well, you've got the answer to that one right there. 1,200 equals how many hundreds?
2.
No.
12.
Okay, 12 divided by 4 is what? 3. And then 300. Keep up, Jace, all right? You were messing with that thing. Okay. Everybody get that written down? Brinley, you good? Okay.
Done.
All right, next it says divide 2,800 by 7. What basic fact can you use? Raise your hand if you want to answer that question. What's your basic fact for 2,800 divided by 7? Sophie?
28 divided by 7.
Beautiful. 28 divided by 7. Underline that, please. 28 divided by 7. 28 is the same as how many hundreds? 2,800 is the same as how many hundreds, Waylon?
How many hundreds?
2,800. Yes. Oh, I got that question wrong. Okay, hundreds goes there. 28 hundreds divided by 7. So what's 28 divided by 7? What row do we go to?
7.
And what are we looking for?
7.
And what do we find when we go up?
4.
4. And then we have to bring over that word hundreds, just like we bring over zeros. And 4 hundreds is the same as 400. So 2,800 divided by 7 equals 400. What is the only difference in this problem? And this problem. What's the only difference, Jace?
There's one less 0 and 280.
Okay, so what do you think our answer will be?
40.
You're right.
So I give myself a point.
Uh-huh. Because if we take one, or if we cross 1 0 off here, we have to cross it off here. Okay? So, what basic fact can we use? The same one we used up above, 28 divided by 7. 280 is 28 what? 280 is 28 what?
10.
10. Remember, if you've got 1 0, it's the word tens. 28 tens divided by 4. Oh, sorry, it's a 7. Should be a 7 there. 28 tens divided by 7 equals 4 tens. And 4 tens is the same as what?
40.
40, good. Okay, we're going to do 3 more problems together. And this is, and then you guys are going to do 3 on your own, then I'll give you the assignment. Today's assignment will be graded, okay? So here we go. We're doing 360 divided by 6. Then we're doing 2,000 divided by 5. Then we're doing 4,500 divided by 9. No. We got to get these done quick since I'm doing a video, Julie, I can't have students up here. Okay? All right. What's the basic fact for this one? Who wants to raise their hand and tell me? Zing? 36 divided by 6. Bingo, girl. Give yourself a point. So we go over here to our 6th row. Look for 36. Go up. What do we find?
6.
How many zeros do we bring over?
1.
How can we check? How can we check, Owen?
60 times 6.
60 times 6. And what should it equal?
Should equal 360.
Good. Give yourself a point. 6 times 6 is 36. We bring over the 0, so that means 60 is the correct answer. I want you to write everything I wrote in red, everything, on number 3. So underline your basic fact. Okay. 2,000 divided by 5. What is our basic fact? Waylon?
2 divided by 5.
2 divided by 5. What row do we go to?
We go to the 5 row.
And what do we look for? You want to change your answer? What's our basic fact?
20 divided by 5.
Very good, Waylon. 20 divided by 5, right? Because you went over to the 5 row and there wasn't a 2 there.
No.
So, 20 divided by 5, what's your answer, Waylon?
4.
4. And how many zeros do you bring over?
3. 2.
2, because we used 1, didn't we? Very good. See, that's what math's all about. Doing it and figuring it out. Because
Give myself a point.
yes, and that's why I let him go on. A couple of you were like, wait, it's not 2 divided by 5. But I guarantee on the assignment today, Waylon will get that question right? Okay, so, but yes, I'm excited that some of you caught it. Ella, how can we check and make sure that this is right?
4 times 5 equals
Just tell me the 2 numbers I multiply together to begin with, the whole thing.
5 times 400.
400 times 5, and how do you do that, Ella?
You go 4 times 5 is your basic fact.
Uh-huh. And what's that equal?
20,
Okay.
and then you add 2 zeros.
Bingo. Very good job, guys.
Yeah, guys.
Okay, so I want you to write down everything on your paper that I did. Make sure you underline your basic fact on this one. 20 divided by 5 is 4, and then we bring over 2 zeros. And we can check that by going 400 times 5, and 4 times 5 is 20 with 2 zeros behind it. Okay, very good. Okay, last one, 4,500 divided by 9. What is our basic fact? Sonia.
So our basic fact is 25.
Honey, look at the problem. Slow down. What's the basic fact?
40. Our basic fact is 45.
45 and what?
9
45 what 9?
divided by 9.
45 divided by 9. So what row do we go to, Sonia?
To the 9, and we'll look for the 45. And we'll go up, which is 5.
And then what do we do?
We write down our answer. Then we bury our 2 zeros.
And how can we check it?
We'll do 500 times 9
And our,
equals 4,500.
bingo,
Good
girl!
job,
Nice
Sonia.
job! Good job! Go give
Okay.
yourself a point. That was
Okay.
excellent. 45 divided by 9 equals 5 with 2 zeros behind it. We can check by multiplying that 500 we just got times 9, and we will get 4,500. So that tells us we did it right. Anybody have any questions on this? Okay, I need you guys to do questions 6, 7, and 8 on your own. Raise your hand when you get finished, and then I will come and check them. That is it. Oh, and by the way, I'm Mrs. Jack Frost. That's what's up with my fabulous hair.